New Orleans overnight removed the second of 4 Confederate monuments in the city. Crews took down a statue of Confederate President Jefferson Davis. Police flooded the area to separate the rival protesters. Michelle Miller is at the site where the monument stood for more than a century. Michelle, good morning.
Good morning. Dozens stood out here to witness an action conceived 2 years ago after the racially motivated killings of 9 people in Charleston, South Carolina. That state took down its most visible symbols of the Confederacy. It's been a much tougher task for this city to do so. This morning, crews dismantled the statue of Confederate President Jefferson Davis, removing it from the spot where it had stood for more than a century.
These particular monuments were put up by a particular group of people for a particular purpose.
And the purpose is?
Well, the purpose was really to whitewash history and to tell a sanitized version of the Confederacy.
The monuments were built to memorialize General Robert E. Lee, Confederate President Jefferson Davis, and General P.T. Beauregard in the years following the Civil War.
They're not necessarily heroes of mine. Heroes of anybody.
Still, businessman Frank Stewart took out a 2-page ad in a local newspaper advocating the statue should remain. Stewart did back the removal several weeks ago of the Liberty Monument, a monolith celebrating an anti-police riot by white supremacists in 1874.
They're part of history, and I really don't think that anybody should have the privilege of changing history, because history is truth.
Many are on the sidelines watching the heated rhetoric.
White supremacy's got to go!
Nagana Lewis is an associate professor of African American Studies at Tulane University.
It is primarily our inability to have honest dialogue about race.
Will these monuments being taken down make a difference?
If we're not going to commit to the dialogue, it's not going to make a difference.
Just yesterday, a judge denied the latest efforts to stall the removal of these statues on the grounds that the city didn't own them. The mayor called that a Hail Mary pass that didn't work. Norah?
Such an interesting debate there, Michelle. Thank you so much.